Alright, so the new update version 0.7.5 has just been released, and now I will be sharing my honest review on this update. Also, I think there are some features I didn't point out in my previous video. So in this one, I'm going to share everything, some of the features I didn't mention before. I'm also going to talk about the hand reactions to the buttons, the good sides of the update, and also some sections that need attention or improvement in this particular driver update. Because honestly, I think there are quite a lot of things that still need proper improvement in this update. So I'm going to share all of that with you. And also, for those of you asking how to get the update, let me inform you guys that this update is currently for closed beta testing. We, the closed beta testers, are testing the update right now, and once we're done, they're going to release it to open beta testers as usual, and then to the public. This process usually takes a few days to about a week. I think the update will be released early next week for open beta testers. So you don't need to worry or stress yourself. Next week is just a few days from now. After that, it'll go public, which also takes a few days to a week. So don't bother or stress yourself at all. It will surely be released for everyone. This one is just for closed beta testing. Without wasting much time, let's quickly go into the review of the update. So when I checked the update, I think everything was pretty cool. The driver reactions and animations were really nice, and I think the driver actually looks good. The way the driver turns the steering wheel and all that looks very realistic, and I really like how it looks. But I also need to point out that there are some major improvements needed. There are some things I was expecting the driver's hands to do, some interactive stuff, but I didn't see any of that in this update. Let's start with the first test. We're going to test some buttons and see how the driver responds to them. The first thing I noticed is that when you tap the brake, the driver actually reacts to it. You can see how the driver presses the brake, which is pretty good. Sometimes the driver also holds the steering wheel with just one hand, and he turns the steering wheel realistically, which looks nice. Now, sometimes when the truck is stable, like when you're waiting in traffic, the driver changes how he holds the steering wheel. He switches hand positions, lifts his hand, or adjusts his posture, which I think is a really nice detail. It adds a realistic vibe to the game. Sometimes the driver keeps his hands in a certain position, and other times he balances them and continues driving. When it feels like you're waiting in traffic, you can actually see the driver just resting his hands like a real person would. That's a very nice detail. So all of that are really nice. Now let's talk about the horn and other buttons and see how the driver reacts to each of them. I tested the horn, and I noticed that the driver's hands don't react at all when you tap it. As you can see, I'm tapping the horn, but the driver is not responding to it at all. That's not really good, and I think they should improve that. I was also expecting that when you tap things like the windshield wipers, there would be some realistic hand movement, like the driver reaching for a button. But I didn't see any of that. The driver's hands just stayed still. I also tested the gear selector to see if the driver's hands would move, but there was no reaction. Same thing with the lights. No hand movement at all. Lastly, I tested the windows and other buttons, and the driver didn't react to those either. So basically, I tested a lot of buttons, the horn, lights, windshield wipers, windows, and none of them had any driver hand reactions. The only thing that the driver reactions to is the brake. And I think these are the areas where they really need to improve. It would be really cool to see the driver react to things like the horn and buttons, just like in some other games. Right now, it feels like you're pressing buttons without any visual feedback from the driver. That being said, there are still some good things. The way the driver presses the brake looks nice, and when you're waiting or driving slowly, the driver raises his hands or changes posture, which makes it feel more realistic. There are actually a lot of animations, and according to what WANDA shared today, they promise to add even more animations. I think they should focus more on interior animations, because the driver's hands are not responding to most buttons at all. That's the part that needs the most work. I already talked about customization in a previous video. We were expecting driver customization, but none of that was added in this update. Maybe they'll release another update soon to fix that. Also, about the exterior character view. I've tested it multiple times, and there's still no third-person view of the driver. We're still stuck in first-person view. I don't know if they've fully completed the character model yet, but for now, that feature is still missing. Hopefully, they release another update to add the feature. Overall, everything is looking really nice. The driver reactions and animations are sometimes even funny, but they're very realistic, and I really like how it looks. What's missing right now is third-person exterior view of the driver customization, better interior animations and button reactions. There are a lot of buttons inside the cabin, and the driver should react to at least some of them. Right now, it's mostly just hands on the steering wheel. That said, this is the first update of 2026, and we hope for many more. We also have multiplayer being worked on, and as well as the new Milan map development is also going on behind the scene. All updates rollout will be in gradual process, and after the driver's customization, the next major update will be the new map, with the multiplayer coming last. All right, guys, that's basically it. The new update is looking good, the driver animations are really nice, and if you have any suggestions or features you think they should improve, let me know in the comments section. Some of them might actually be watching this video. And just to repeat it again, this update is for closed beta testers. Very soon it'll be released for open beta testers and then to the public. So be patient, don't stress yourself, it will be available for everyone soon. I'm also going to make a special video showing more driver animations, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and as usual, I'll see you guys in the next one.